you know that what you call $1 million spot. It's a one way, it's a little side street, one way all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Come in, go around and come out. You know what I'm saying? Just a little strip off in the cut. Trailers, ain't really, there was a couple little shotgun houses, but mostly trailers. And what I'm gonna do is one of these days I'm gonna go down that bitch and I'm gonna show y'all all these different spots and shit. You know what I'm saying? That a nigga talking about and referencing in these stores or whatever, so y'all can get a clear picture. But I'm gonna take y'all back to when I first jumped out there on Bell Road. You know what I'm saying? And of course, anywhere in Fairhope, like I'm good. Like my grandmama had 12 children, and they all had damn near on an average of 3 to 5 kids apiece. So just imagine how many family members I got in that area. So you know what I'm saying? Nigga last, well, I ain't even got that last name, but they know the correlation. They know who my people is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so many motherfuckers knew me and I didn't know them, but they knew me through, oh, you goddamn, you Gina's son. You know what I'm saying? They know my mama. They know my uncles. They know my older cousins and relatives and shit like that. Like I don't just have to say cousin for you slow niggas that don't understand when I say relative. That's what I mean. If a nigga mama and my mamas and sisters, that's my first relative. You know what I'm saying? Just a little FYI for you niggas that's slow on catching on. But anyways, so I just jumped off into the candy game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm goddamn scoring me a motherfucking quarter pie. You know what I'm saying? Half a cake type shit. Nothing major, small shit. You know what I'm saying? Small shit. So a nigga spend $250 hoping to double up and make $500 back. But you know if you spend $250, you really, if you can make $400 quick, that's better than trying to grind that shit out and make your $500, cause you gonna been went to the gas station and blew $100 before you know it, cause you all the way out there in the water. It ain't like I'm going home to my mama house every night. So nah, nigga, I'm buying my own food, buying my own goddamn hygiene, shit like that. So of course, you know what I'm saying, like this was before I got the concept of fast money. You know what I'm saying? Fast money, quick turn. I wasn't on that. I was trying to milk everything for everything at the time, you dig? And I had linked up with this chick, right? She a vet. She was a vet out here in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, she probably like 6-7 years older than me, but she hustled too or whatever, and she had a house on Bell Road. So I'm on Bell Road, you know what I'm saying? We staying at the trap and shit, but I go over there to her house because, you know, she hustle yams too, you feel me? But I got yams, and, you know, we doing our thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rightfully trying to fuck, for real, you know what I'm saying? What I did, but at the time, I'm trying to. So I go over there and smoke weed with her, chill and shit like that, and then what ended up happening is she ended up turning me on when she run out of dope, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I had dropped, you hear me? So she a middleman, you know how she middleman, get her something off the top or whatever and help me sell mine. So that's how this shit was going. So during the meantime, it was a nigga that stayed on Bell Road. He was a smoker. But the nigga was paralyzed from the waist down. I don't know how it happened. I don't know when it happened, because he old as fuck. But he was paralyzed, but he still drove. And he fixed cars and small motors. That's what he really fixed, like tractors and lawnmowers and shit like that. Got a little shed, that's what he do, or whatever. So, but he's smoking shit, get a check. So you know what I'm saying? They had me, so now, this when I first get introduced to the credit game and how this shit end up going bad on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? What ended up happening was, all right, so I got my little sack. I'm fucking with an old girl, and we serving him. She going down that bitch hitting the lick for me. So she rightfully turned me on and introduced me to him. So now I'm serving him on my own. And he calling me down there. You know, he'll spin here and there. But then they get up to like the end of the month. Niggas, no checks come out at the first of the month or whatever. So this the 30th or the 31st. You know what I'm saying? Like the first finna be tomorrow type shit. So I get the bright idea, well, like, shit, nigga, I tell that nigga if he want a 20, I need 30 back. If you ain't got the money right now, you gotta pay interest, my nigga. And of course they agree, because they gonna tell you whatever they want to, you know, whatever you want to hear to get the dope from you. So he agreed to the shit. Get a 20. I want 30 back, nigga. Oh man, it's no problem, man. It's no problem. So give him the 20. Shit, about 20 minutes later, hey man, bring me another dub down here, man. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Walk down there, give him another dub. You know how that shit go, and we ran it up like that. You feel me? So goddamn, that's how the game was going. So we go from a 20 to wanting to get 50s at a time. So on a 50, nigga, I need 75 back. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm doing the time and a half type shit. I need 75 back. So long story short, he run his bill up to like $300. But in all actuality, you know what I'm saying, I might have gave him $150 worth of dope, maybe $200 worth of dope. But keep in mind, like I told you, I'm not scoring no big giant packs and a nigga not fronting me. So goddamn, I'm doing this out, so whatever loss I take is my loss. You feel what I'm talking about? So goddamn, I get the nigga $300 in the hole, and goddamn, the first come. So I'm excited like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Finna go down this bitch and get my money. I go down that motherfucker, and he tell me like, yeah, man, sometimes they take a little long. I'm just waiting for the money to hit the card. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. I'm green though. I don't know about none of that. I don't know how the checks work, how that shit work or nothing at the time. I'm just green, so I'm like, when I need to come back, man, just get a few hours, man. Get a few hours. I'll have you. So I'm down this bitch. Now I'm talking to old girl, and you know what I'm saying? She kind of giving me the. She don't want to tell me that the nigga done ran the 1-2 on me. So really, we just, you know, kind of sitting there. I got one of my older relatives go by. He passed by in the car and shit, and he sell candy too. R.I.P. that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He sell candy too. So I'm over there just shooting, talking to him or whatever. And as we talking, I tell him, hey bro, I'm waiting on Doug ass to come with my motherfucking money for I bust his shit. You know what I'm talking about? And goddamn, cuz tell me, like, he said, fam, like, shit, he just paid me. He just what? Oh man. I feel so tried and offended. For one, my relative don't even stay on Bell Road. He just come through on some shit here and there. I'm here. You dig what I'm saying? So I feel offended like a motherfucker. I feel like played. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm the youngest nigga out here, nigga feel like he ain't got to pay me, but he pay the rest of these niggas like, nigga, they not going to do you nothing. Nigga, I'm going to do you something. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately hop up. So I'm finna go, man, the fuck? So I walk down there. I told you the nigga, he paralyzed from the waist down, but he drive. I think he drive like with his hand. I guess he pushed the gas with his hand or something, but he had an old van he was driving. And he got a power chair. So when he drive, he have to pull by his chair. He got the chair sitting in there, he have to pull by his chair and get out the car and hop into the chair like that or whatever. Climb out into that's how he do his shit. So I walk up to the window while he's sitting in the van, and I'm like, bro, where my money at? He like, man, I told you they messing with my car, young blood. I'm gonna pay you, man. I'm gonna pay you. And I'm like, nigga, why the fuck Glenn just came through and said you paid him? Why the fuck you didn't give me my money instead of get and owe him? You know what I'm saying? And that hot head shit got the best of me. Like, real shit, I end up regretting that shit. I kind of feel like that's part of the reason why I went to prison. Not directly, but on some karma type shit. Cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga not proud of it, but it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are straight facts, true stories. So I can't, you know, it happened. So the nigga like, man, I told you I'm gonna pay you, man. And I'm like, man, fuck all that, bro. I want my motherfucking money. And he said, you gonna get your money when I get it to you. Bing! Pop his ass through the window. So I'm standing outside the window. Soon as he say that shit, through the window, hit that bitch. The fuck? got me fucked up. So I see his goddamn shit leaking. So in order for me not to goddamn panic, I'm like, oh, I done bust this my old man shit. Instead of me panicking, because I immediately like, damn, what I done did. I hit his ass again, just, bitch, next time, bitch, watch your motherfucking mouth, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to? So he ain't even saying nothing back to me at that point. He just holding his eye. He just, But in my mind, I know I done fucked up for real, because like, this bitch gonna call the police. You know what I'm saying? That's what old school smokers do. That's their protection for you if you fuck with them, because they know you're not gonna tell the police that he owed me for some dope and that's why I beat his ass. So they'll tell the police anything while you hit him or whatever. But at this point in time, it's like I'm already in that water. So I hop in the nigga power chair, put that bitch on rabbit, turn that bitch from the turtle to the rabbit, and I goddamn hop back on bail in this power chair and drive that motherfucker down the street until I seen a little cut in the woods, and then I drove that, cause that bitch drive through grass and everything. Drove that bitch all the way through the grass, and then picked that hoe up over a log, and that bitch heavy as fuck. I tumped that hoe over a log and kept that nigga shit over there and ducked that nigga shit off. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up calling the chick, like I told you, that was on bail, you know what I'm saying, and tell her that he finna call the police and shit. So goddamn, she jumped to bat for me like, no, bro, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So what ended up happening is I ended up having to get that nigga some more crack. I ended up having to get that nigga some more yams to not call the law on me. So I took a $300 loss, and I had to pay him again to not call the law on me. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, like, staying out of jail, like, nigga wasn't trying to go to jail behind no fluky shit. And of course, he couldn't tell him my name, but he could show him where I stayed at. You know what I'm saying? He could describe me, and of course, I had the long dreads and shit back then, so like, niggas knew who I was or whatever, so goddamn, end up having to pay that nigga. Bro, I go all the way to prison. I end up going to prison like, maybe like 8 months later, staying in prison for almost 2 years, and came back home. You know, when I came home, that nigga was still, he had to downgrade because I took his power chair. That nigga was still in the motherfucking manual wheelchair using that bitch. I went and got his shit out the woods when I got out of prison, and the battery was dead by then, and goddamn gave that nigga his power chair back. But that nigga goddamn forearms had got bigger than a motherfucker from wheeling that goddamn chair around. But goddamn, that's just one of these lessons that a nigga learned the hard way. Like, bro, like a lot of time, like, but don't front out no dope that you not willing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga took me from half a cake status. I done goddamn gave a quarter to him on the front. He didn't pay me, and then had to turn around and pay the nigga again. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a nigga had to go all the way back down, damn near to zero, starting over, being greedy. Instead of just holding my shit, making him wait till he got his check and letting him spin like that. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga learned that lesson. So for you niggas out there that's just not starting to try to hustle and shit, be careful with that credit game. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit will get you in a situation to where you gonna lose. You already lost the money. Now you want to beat a nigga up. Now you want to shoot a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Gonna put you in another situation that's gonna cost you. So now you done lost on the front and you done lost on the back. You know what I'm saying?
God, keep me out the way of these niggas. Caught my pistol, told my granny for to pray for a nigga. You can't call that boy your brother cause you ate with a nigga. When you start to get some money, see